breathe, and move. And that's what I hope to do for you every day. I'm just holding space, sacred space. And you know, motivation is fluid. Some days you're supercharged and you want to get going, and other days you're like, I don't want to do it so much. But just do it. Embrace this fluidity and don't feel defeated by it. Just show up to your sacred space. And you know, we're more alike than we are different. Not everybody's motivated every single day, but just try. Maybe you kind of fool yourself into being motivated, and that's okay. That's okay. Just get moving. Just keep the body moving. That's the big thing. And have fun and don't get hurt. Do what is right do what is right for your body, as it says on the bottom of the screen here. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home, where you're watching either on Facebook or YouTube. Send us a like, subscribe, do whatever you do to be notified whenever we have our classes, which is every single day. Every single day, it's 1 hour long. Show up and just have fun. Maybe you're just here for 10 minutes, and that's okay too. Today's practice is called our Strong Foundations practice, our strength and balancing practice. This is where we work on those things. It's a harder practice, but you can do it. Everybody can do this because you modify it and make it work for you. Other days of the week, we do different practices. Check us out. Do a little, do a lot, do some, do all, do modify, do whatever, but just show up. All right, so word I'd like you to think about today is compassionate. Compassionate. Have compassion for yourself. Be kind to you. Be understanding and have grace for where you are. Have patience for yourself. Don't judge yourself. Just be compassionate and just do. All right? Okay, promise that you'll just do. Just try. Okay, you're going to need some props. I like to have water, kind of wet your whistle, and you're going to need it because, maybe you really will sweat during this practice. Maybe you take it to a lesser percent. You make it work for you. 2 yoga blocks, those are great things to have. Buy them, they're not very expensive. A yoga strap if you want. I'm not going to use it today, but you can have a strap to make some poses more accessible to you. An eye shade is wonderful for final Shavasana, as is a little hand towel just to slip under your knees or to cover your eyes. Just make the practice work for you. That's the big thing. Don't have huge expectations of, I've got to be doing a handstand. I got to be doing it this way. I got to be doing it that way. No, you do it to what feels good for your body. That's all you have to do. All right, so you could maybe be having a chair. Maybe you sit in a chair and do this. Maybe you're near a wall when we do our chaturangas on the mat. You could do that. You could do it standing. So many ways to modify and just be comfortable. All right, now we're going to come on up to a standing position, and we're going to lock in a stress number. We're just going to warm up a little bit and just move the body. So as you come to standing, let's lock in a stress number. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, whatever works for you. Like at the doctor's office, how you have a smiley face chart, smiley face to frowning face. Give it a number, and where are you on that scale of how you're feeling? All right, so let's do a little confidence stance. So we're going to work on the toes, work on the feet, work on the foundation. Place your hands on your hips, send your shoulders back and down, move them a little bit. Nobody's watching. You do it your way. Move your shoulders. Let it feel nice. Send your shoulders back and down. Hands are on your waist, or maybe you've got a chair nearby or a countertop. You use that for balance. Come on up to the balls of your feet. Nice little confident stance. Your chest is open wide. You're breathing in deeply through your nose and sighing it out through your mouth. Breathe. Let it feel good. And just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Get rid of the rigidity in your body and just move. Come up high on your toes. No big deal if you've got a chair or a countertop here for balance. That's what we're working on. We're not a completed project. We are a work in progress. So lift and lower. Breathe. Stretch out the calves. Start to feel and embrace that burn. And then come down to your heels, lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. All right, let's try to come up higher onto the balls of our feet and just hold it here. Hold it. Breathe. Look up. Breathe. And then come on down. Feet are planted, arms go up, think extended mountain pose. Lift through the fingers, soften in the shoulders, reach, stretch, breathe. Interlace your fingers, palms go high to the sky, start to sway gently from side to side. Gentle palm tree pose. Wake up your spine, move it sideways, chin away from the chest. Just You know what I'm going to say? Just move. Your pose may look different than mine, and that's okay. You just want to feel good and wake up the body. Sigh it out and be done with this for the moment. Bring your hands behind your low back, squeeze your elbows back, push your belly forward, look up to the sky. Take a little back bend. Breathe, no rush, no hurry. This is your sacred space. Exhale, fold forward, let your arms hang heavy. Put a little bend in your knees if that feels good, and take this forward fold position. Tailbone high to the sky. Let it go. Inhale, arms sweep on up. Come on back up to standing. Reach and lengthen here. Let's do some arm circles. Tee out your arms. Create little circles here. Little circles, big circles, you decide. And then start to put a bend in your knees and then rise on up. Bend the knees as much as you like. Nobody's judging you. Have compassion for you. Don't be too hard on yourself. Every little bit is good. Take the arm circles in the opposite direction. And breathe. Breathe. Come on up to a standing position. Let your shoulders hang heavy. Shoulders are back and down. Fingers toward the floor. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big coat swing. Let's start to go from side to side. Look over one shoulder, then the other, with arms that are heavy and loose. Breathe. Look over your shoulder maybe a little bit more. Really embrace that twist. As you exhale, twist, twist. Arms are heavy. Adjust your feet so you just feel comfortable and secure. Twist, maybe a little deeper. Let it feel good. All right, slowly come back to the midline of your body. Let your arms go high up to the sky for an extended mountain pose. Breathe. Big breath in. Exhale, big breath out. Bring your hands to prayer center. Fold forward. We did this before. Reach your fingers toward the earth. Now look back towards your knees or up towards your belly button. Walk your hands forward, bend your knees, and come on down to a child's pose. All right, for child's pose, you can use a block if you want. That kind of brings the ground up to you. Your knees can be together with your big toes touching and your hips back towards your heels. Your arms can be down by your sides. Your head can come to the block or to the ground. And breathe. An option is to have your knees spread wide, big toes are still touching, hips are still back towards your hips, and instead of your arms down by your sides, they'll reach to the top of your mat. Forehead can come to your block or to the earth, or if you really want to get in your shoulders today, you could take the block to the top of your mat and rest your hands on it. Soften in your jaw. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth, sending your tailbone further back toward the back of the room. Inhale, lengthen in your spine. Exhale, let it all go. Remember, this is your hour. This is your sacred space. This is your time. Nobody's here judging you. You just move through some motions. Maybe you are doing 10% of the poses. Maybe you have more of a bend in the joints. That's totally fine. Nobody's judging you. Just do. Close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose if that is a comfortable variation for you. Really fill your lungs up as you inhale. Really empty your lungs out as you exhale. Come back to this child's pose anytime you want. Maybe this speaks to you today, and this is where you stay for the majority of the practice. It is up to you. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let the outside world go. When you're ready, let us begin by coming into a neutral tabletop position. Tuck your toes towards your shins, send your hips high to the sky, take a downward facing dog pose. Feet are hip-width distance apart, heels slightly elevated, hands, fingers spread wide, and they are shoulder-width distance apart. Heels are lifted, start to pedal them out. One heel closer to the earth than the other. Your head, don't be holding on tightly to your neck. Don't be looking forward. Send your gaze back to your knees or up towards your belly button. Shake your neck, loosen it up. So your spine, gravity's working with you. That's always nice. Gravity's working with you, decompressing your spine and your neck. Shake your head. Pedaling out the heels, stretching the entire backs of the legs. Breathe. Downward facing dog. We come back to this quite often. All right, when you're ready, still your feet. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Come on up to an extended mountain pose. Fingers lift high. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let it go. Bring your hands to prayer center. Fold forward at the waist. Let the arms hang toward the earth. Ragdoll pose. Thought I'd forgotten, right? We're going to incorporate it into this sun salutation. Go ahead, wiggle your knees a little bit. Bend your elbows, hands to opposite elbow creases. Gaze back towards your belly button or your knees. And then start to gently sway from side to side. Feet, work them a little bit apart so you feel more comfortable. Have them be about 2 fist widths distance apart. Sway in the arms. Loosen up, decompress the low back. Little bend in your knees might feel awesome. Finish up. Come to stillness back at the midline of your body. Release your fingers toward the earth. Slowly roll your spine up 1 vertebra at a time. Bring your hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in. Maybe close your eyes and set your intention for your practice. Maybe you're going to repeat over and over to yourself, I am strong, I am capable, I am able, I can do this. Find a positive little small affirmation and say it to yourself throughout the practice. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's go. Arms go high up to the sky, extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins or wherever it is required for you to have a nice flat back. Squeeze your shoulders towards your spine. Lengthen through your tailbone and the crown of your head. This is your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands down. Walk your hands forward. Let's come into a high plank. For your high plank, feet are hip width distance apart, arms shoulder width distance apart. Press into the earth, hold right here, Chaturanga Dandasana. For this pose, you go from a high plank, and as you exhale, take it to a low plank. Hug your elbows in. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat. Press into straighten arms, lift up, chest is forward. You can be down on your knees if you prefer. Lots of ways to modify. Lengthen up in your upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Flip your feet to a natural position. Push into the earth, hips go high. There you go. First Chaturanga Dandasana of the practice. Breathe. Now, think about this. You could take it all on your knees. You could take it up against standing against the wall. All totally good. Modify to make it work for you. Let's do it again. Feet walk to hands or hands walk to feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Lengthen. Breathe. You're strong. Take it. Enjoy this nice stretch. Exhale. Hands through prayer center. Fold forward. Look back to your knees or your belly button. As you inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat like a tabletop. Exhale. Hands come down. Your variation of a Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe you take it on your knees. High plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Maybe taking it on your knees the whole time. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips are high. Pedal it out. Tailbone shoots high up to the sky. Breathe. Let's do it one more time. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up as you come to Tadasana. Extended mountain, lengthen, love this one. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop back. Exhale, plant your hands, walk it forward. Your variation of a Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank to low plank. Press into the earth, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, breathe, you did it. There's your sun salutation A. Whew. Let's Still your heels. Walk your hands to feet or feet to hands. Inhale, arms sweep up. Come on up to your extended mountain. From your extended mountain, let's take it into chair pose, Utkatasana, for a sun salutation B. All right, bend your knees. Parallel arms, reach. Hold on here. Good one for your quadriceps. Good one for your legs. Good one for your balance. Hold on, you've got it. Chair pose. From your chair pose, hands to prayer center, straighten the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and strong. Exhale, plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. All right, high plank your way, low plank your way, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Sweep it through to a low lunge, bringing the right foot in between the two front hands. Inhale, rise up. Let's take our warrior two pose. All right, for your warrior two, legs, bend your knee. Right knee comes forward. All right, here we go. How are we doing? We got this? Right knee over your right ankle. Left foot solidly planted. Left foot is at a 90 or 45 degree angle. There we go. Arms tee out. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. All right, maybe wiggle the toes a little more forward. Having the knee over the ankle. Have the knee open up, not collapse inward. Breathe. Arms tee out. Lengthen up. Exhale, let it go. When you're ready, squeeze the mat together as if you've, are trying to create like a bubble in the center of your mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Lengthen up. Exhale, settle in. Look to the right over your right middle finger. Exhale, reach forward for an extended warrior. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Look up to your upper arm, your left arm. Right fingers are reaching toward the earth. Big breath here. Exhale, inhale, rise on up to a reverse warrior. Right arm goes high, left arm goes low. Look up toward your hands. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Surround the right front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank to low plank. Inhale, push the earth away, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high, breathe. Time to do the other side. What you want to do now, same thing, other side. Kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, plant your feet solidly. Warrior two, arms tee out, bend into the left knee, breathe. Settle in, hug the mat, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, settle in. Look to the left. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach to the left. And then tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Left arm down, right arm up, look up. Breathe, push the inner left thigh open. Inhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm up, breathe. Look up, be strong. Warriors are strong, warriors are tough, warriors don't give up. That's you, don't give up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands on the mat, left foot back. All right, you could be pushed up against a wall. All good. Breathe. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tailbone high to the sky. Pedal it out. Breathe. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Rise on up. Come on up to your extended mountain pose. Lengthen up. Take it to chair. Let's do it all again. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Reach your arms long to the front of the room. Sink low. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Straighten the knees. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Chaturanga Dandasana. Your way. Make it work. Any way is right, long as it doesn't hurt. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Hips are high. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise up, warrior two. Feet are planted, sink low. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle. Squeeze the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look to the right and reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12, look up. Inhale, reverse, warrior, right arm high, left arm low. Exhale, cartwheel the arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands come down, right foot goes back. High plank, low plank, Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pedal it out for a moment. We're going to repeat it all on the left side. Left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Sink low, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look left and reach to the left. Tick-tock, 6 and 12, look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Breathe. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Push the earth away, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out and breathe. When you're ready, let's hinge forward, sending the shoulders over the wrists. Little bend in the knees for a panther plank or a bear plank, whichever you want to call it. Hold it here. Breathe. You've got it. You're strong. Let's come down to our knees and let's grab a drink. All right. How are you doing? We're getting there, right? Okay. So have a drink. You've done a lot so far. Don't quit. Stick with it. I think that the Sun A and Sun B are the most challenging part of the practice because you got that plank in there, and a plank is so good. Builds core strength. You've got it. You can do it. If you took it on your knees, that's great. If you took it for 2 seconds, that's great too. Don't judge yourself. You can do this. All right, so we've done that. We've kind of warmed up. You think, oh my goodness, I've really warmed up. Let's do some core stuff. Our usual little core things. Come on down to your bottom. Have a seat. Bend your knees, soles of the feet touch. Send your knees wide to the sides. Hands together in prayer, hold on here. Lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, let's start to recline. Take it nice and slowly because you are in control. We talked about this yesterday. You're in control. Take it to what's right for you and then slowly bring it all the way down to your mat. Take it in control. All right, heels up towards your groin. Hands, bring your fingertips lightly to your temples, elbows open wide, just like your knees are. When you're ready, maybe breathe in and out of your mouth to let some heat go. When you're ready, exhale, chin lifts, upper body lifts up off the mat, elbows are back. Come on down as you inhale. Up on the exhale, down on the inhale. You come up on the exhale because you're kind of hollowing out your belly when you breathe out. Oh, you're creating space, right? Lift and lower. Oh, breathe. You're strong, and you're getting stronger every single day. The only catch is you got to show up. You got to show up. You got to move. You will get stronger every single day. Breathe. Lift. Lower. Just do it. Do it. Let's come on down, all the way down to your mat. Let's do bicycle now. All right, soles of your feet can be on your mat. Lots of variations. Take the one that's right for you today. Maybe your knees are bent, soles of your feet are on your mat. Maybe you take your hands back to your temples. Peel your shoulders up. Work opposite elbow toward opposite knee. It's down there. Just twist. Twist, twist. Another option, keeping your shoulders down, lifting your legs up, knees over your hips. Draw your toes toward your shins and ride a recumbent bicycle. Breathe. Keep your tailbone really down and drive through the heels. There you go. Put it all together if you want. Peel the shoulders up. Opposite elbow toward opposite knee. Whew, bicycle. Another option, you know this one, straighten your legs and scissor kick them. That's fun, right? Everybody's definition of fun is different. Woo! All right, let's finish. Come on down. You did all 3 of those, huh? Nice job. All right, send your legs long. Arms high overhead. Take a stick pose. Big number 1, that's who you're working for. You, number 1. Toes point, fingers point in opposite directions. Breathe. Whew. Time for boat pose, Navasana. If you like using a strap, you can use that. I'm not going to use it today. Tuesdays and Saturdays, I don't use it. Take your hands behind your knees, low on your hamstrings. Rock and roll up. If it's right for you. Not right for everybody. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, this isn't recommended. Check with your doctor. So rock and roll a little bit if it's right for you. Come on up to seated. Now send your shoulders back. Lean back like you're in a recliner. Drag your heels closer to your bottom. Hold on to the backs of your thighs. Maybe lift one leg or the other, or just a little bit of weight out of the leg. Play with it. And then maybe both legs straighten. Chest is lifted. Smile on your face. Nice flat back. Reach your hands towards your toes or up toward the sky. Hold it here. Breathe. Maybe a little bend in your knees feels better. You decide. Hands to prayer center. Row the boat. One elbow dips toward one side, then the other toward the other. Row your boat. You've got this. You can do it. Now, let's finish up. Hug your knees in. Hug them in a position called cosmic egg. Draw your heels towards your shins. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Big breath in, big breath out. Tuck your toes underneath. Maybe find a little bit of balance here in your cosmic egg pose. Perhaps bring your forehead towards your knees. Find your balance. Nothing like a balancing pose to make you stay in the present moment. Breathe. Plant your feet. You're doing it. Keep with it. Quick pace today, but that's good. Other days, it's not so quick. Just check us out. Crisscross your legs. Let's go into a downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, you know this one, been here before. Feet hip width distance, hands shoulder width distance. Push into the earth, lift your tailbone high, shake your neck. It's loose, it's free. Breathe. A little bit of pedal, feels wonderful. Still your feet. When you're ready, hinge forward, high plank. Got to squeeze these planks in. High plank, maybe take it on your knees. Nobody's judging. High plank, low plank. Press the earth away, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog is where we'll all meet. Breathe. Right leg, kick it high to the sky. Sweep it as you exhale, forward in between the two front hands. Rise on up to a standing position. In your standing position, all 10 toes are going forward. Back heel is lifted, bend into your right knee so the knee is over the ankle. Back knee, where is it? Maybe you keep it lifted above the ground. Maybe you lower, so it's just hovering above the earth. Or maybe you say, I'm taking it all the way down to the earth. Good on you. All right, from this position, you can be in your high lunge or onto your knee in a low lunge. Lift your arms up to the sky. Take a baby back bend if that feels good. Inhale, arms back up to the sky. Exhale, hands to a prayer center position. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Press into your hands, press elbows, right elbow up to the sky, lengthen up here, and take a twist. Look to your hands. Inhale, lengthen in your spine. Exhale, twist a little more up toward the elbow. Breathe. Nice job. Exhale, slowly come back to prayer center. Hands at prayer center, come down to your back knee if you're not already there. When you're ready, wiggle your right toes to the top right corner of your mat for a runner's lunge. Back foot, top of the back foot is on your mat. Maybe find a block, bring it inside your right foot. Left leg is long and straight. Hands can press into the block. Right knee, if you like, open it up to the side of the room, coming on to the pinky edge side of your foot. Press into your block if you like, or into your mat, or bring your forearms down to the block, or forearms down to the earth. Lengthen through that back left leg. When you're ready, let's press our hands into the earth and let's do a side plank. Bring the right leg back to meet the left, and your left arm is going to be your foundation. Have your shoulder right over your wrist. Send your legs long on your mat or a bend in your left knee, and you can rest on that knee. I'm going to send my legs long. You could kickstand your legs, or you can stack the ankles. Press into the earth, lift the arm up. Try to have one straight line from fingertips to fingertips. Look up to your hand and finish. Hands come down, you come back to a downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Let's do a chaturanga, dandasana. Again, your variation. Hinge forward, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog on the tops of your feet. Exhale, down dog, hips are high. Neck is loose. You've got it. Kick your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Once that left foot is forward, rise on up to a standing position. In your standing position, put the bend in the knees. How much bend do you want today? Take it easy, take it slow, no rush, no hurry, breathe. Arms lifted, baby back bend if you like. Exhale, hands back to prayer center. Breathe. When you're ready, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Lengthen and twist. Lengthen and twist. When you're ready, hands come back to prayer center, then inside your left front foot. Your left front foot as opposed to your left back foot. All right, wiggle your left toes to the top left corner of the mat. Right leg long on your mat, using your block or not, your runner's lunge. Maybe you're on your hands. Maybe you are on a block with your hands or your forearms or no block at all. Down to the earth. Opening up the left knee to the side of the room. Breathe and lengthen and breathe. You got it. Runner's lunge. You're strong. Woo. Top of the right foot on your mat. Press into your hands. Side plank on this side, the right side. Right arm, foundational arm. Left foot back to meet the right. Do your variation of your side plank. Press into the earth. Arm goes high. Look up, breathe, you got it. There's your side plank. Hand comes down, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, breathe, shake your neck. Whew. Breathe. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet, either way. My favorite part of the sequence, sweep your arms up, come on up to a standing position. Let's do some balancing poses. All right, hands to prayer center. Remember that Samastitihi pose that we took where we created that little mantra and said like, I am strong, or I'm capable, or I can. Do it again. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, softening your shoulders. Just appreciate your breath. Appreciate your body and the amazing movements it's doing. All right, tree pose, Vrikasana. We're going to combine it with a couple of things to make you extra strong. Root into your left foot. Open up your right knee to the side of the room. Your right heel can rest on your inner left ankle. You can have a chair here and lean on it. That's fine. I'm going to slip my foot up into my calf or higher up into the inner thigh. Just don't put it on your knee. Settle into your hips. Hips are equidistant to the front of the room. Hands to prayer center or use that chair. Lengthen up, look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe grow your branches. That means raising your arms, finding your balance, and swaying your branches. So you are challenging yourself. And I tell you, if you fall out, extra good on you. It means you're pushing the limit. It means you're challenging yourself even more. If you fall out, get right back in. There's your tree pose with the shaking branches. Bring your hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room, and let's do a one-legged mountain. So knee is at about hip height. Lift your arms high up to the sky and hold it right here. Hold it here and find your balance. Yesterday, we talked about a challenge we did a couple months ago. Get on the train with us and have fun. But the challenge was the sock challenge. We did a pose yesterday called the humble warrior, a figure four, standing figure four, finding your balance on one leg and putting on a sock at the same time. So do these things, incorporate your life, your yoga, into your life off of your mat. All right, so you've held this for a long time in your one-legged mountain. Very good. Let's take this right leg and step it far forward. Step it far forward. Bring your hands to prayer center, and then lean forward into that right leg. We're going to go into a warrior three pose. So weight into your right leg. Maybe your back leg lifts a little bit. Maybe you have your hands on your hips. Put a little bend in your standing right knee. Don't lock it out. Maybe hands stay at prayer center. Maybe you lift the back leg higher, and you reach your arms forward. Come into a letter T shape. This is your warrior three. Hands back to prayer center. Left foot meets right on your mat. Nice job. Let's do it all again on the other side. All right, so we're gonna root into our opposite foot. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. So I'm gonna root into my right leg, open up the left leg to the side, slip the foot on up to wherever is right. Don't forget, a chair can be your best friend. Push the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Breathe. Oh, you got it. You can do this. You can do it. Look up. Believe in yourself. Try. You don't have to go back to the way you were. You are a new being. Lift your arms up. Shake your branches. Find your balance. Fall out. Get right back in. Don't quit. That's the ticket. All right. How are you doing in your tree pose? Let's take it to that one-legged mountain. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Hold it here. Knee is at about hip height. Lift your arms back up, parallel to each other. Hold on here. Nothing wrong with holding on to a chair or countertop. Breathe. Hold it. You're strong. You know, whenever you put your body under this kind of pressure, like a diamond, you are building strength. You're building bone density. That's what we want. Draw your left toes towards your shin. Hold here. Think of your hips really reaching to the sky. Same with your fingertips. Reach. Crown of your head is lifted. Focus on where the ceiling and the wall meet. You've got it. Don't quit. Don't give up. When you're ready, step forward with your left foot nice and wide. All right, left foot is forward. Hands come down to either your hips. Prayer center, always a good place to be. Hinge forward a little bit. Little bend in the left knee. Lift the left leg up. Oh, hinge forward. What is right for you? Maybe you keep holding on to that counter. Lift that right leg up. Dial the right hip down so your hips are equidistant to the mat. Hands wherever you like. Or, for the fullest expression of a warrior 3, reach your fingers forward, leg lifts, breathe. Crown of the head to the front of the room. Reach, stretch. You've got it. Hands back to prayer center or hips. Right foot meets left. Ha! How are you doing? You did a beautiful warrior 3. I'm impressed. Let's do eagle pose, Garandasana. All right, major compression of all the joints. Feels good. Our joints need some love, don't they? All right, so let's begin by bending your knees, reaching your arms nice and forward. Sink low, breathe. I think that's probably a better angle. Sink low, reach. All right, you can be seated in your chair, no big deal. You can take this in component pieces. Reach and lengthen here. Maybe sweep your right arm under your left, palms touch, elbows squeeze down. Look over your fingers, breathe. If you don't like that, hands can be to opposite shoulders or keep them right at prayer center. I have my right arm swept under my left, pressing the elbows down, looking forward. Now here's the leg part. If you want, root into your left foot. Take the weight out of your right as much as you want. Cross the right leg over the left. This is a maybe. Hook the top of the right foot behind the left calf. Sink low. Bring your shoulders back, more over your hips. Squeeze everything down. Hold it. Nice tight compression. Eagle pose, Garandasana. Right leg meets the left on the earth. Arms sweep up, extended mountain. Lift. Take a baby back bend. Arms go back up to the sky. Repeat as shown on the other side. All right, bend your knees. Chair pose. Take the arm variation that speaks to you. I'm sinking low in my hips. This time I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right. Palms touch, elbows squeeze down, gaze over the fingertips. Why don't you feel this in your back? Feels great. Broadening of the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows down. Look over the fingertips. Shoulders back over your hips. This time I'm going to root into my right foot, lifting my left leg up, crossing the left leg over. Maybe you stay right here. Left foot, top of it, comes behind my right calf. Sink low, squeeze down, breathe. Big breath in, big breath out, settle in. Squeeze it tight. Lee, you got it. Left foot meets right, arms go high. Extended mountain, baby back bend, lean back. Inhale, arms go high up to the sky. You've got it. How are you doing? That is your eagle pose. Pasarita Parahastasana. Let's do that. On your mat. Open your legs wide so your feet come to the small edges of your mat. Pinky toes to the small edges of your mat. Hands to prayer center. Take a lengthening breath up. And a settling in breath, softening in the shoulders. Send your arms high up to the sky so you look like a capital letter X. It's like pentacle pose on the ground, but here you are standing. Wiggle your hips a little bit. Come on now, press the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Open up like a big 5-pointed star. Now when you're ready, tee out your arms, palms face down. Lengthen up through your spine and exhale, hinge forward. As you're exhaling, bring your back nice and flat to the earth. Take your hands now and bring them behind your calves. Hold on here. Gaze between your legs, sending the crown of your head toward the earth. Pull with your strong arms. Let's play with this a little bit. Bring your hands onto the ground, kind of outside your ears. Now walk your feet even further apart to what feels comfortable and right for you. Now you could take a block here because the ground seems so far away, and you could rest your forehead on your block. Play with the height of your block. We're just kind of building some confidence here. Hands are forward on your ground, and you're going to hinge your weight forward a little bit into the balls of your feet. So bringing more weight onto your forehead or the crown of your head. You can ditch the block and bring your head down to the earth. And just kind of enjoy this almost going into a headstand, right? Hold it. And when you're ready, press on into the earth. Bring your heels and feet in a little bit more. Tee out your arms nice and straight and flat. Come on back up to a standing position. Hands to prayer center. Let's do horse pose. All right, for this one, your heels are drawn in a little bit more. Toes drawn out a little bit more. Outside of your knees, bend them, drive them to the back wall. Hands to prayer center. Hold here, real attractive pose, right? But it's so good for your inner thighs and strength and balance. Here's the balance. Press on up to the balls of your feet. You did this a moment ago. You can do this. Hold on here. Now, little teeny pulses up and down. Oh my goodness, like you're riding a big horse, right? Okay, lengthen up. Shoulders are over your hips. Breathe. You got it. Now, sink nice and low. Lift up onto the balls of the feet and then alternate with heel touchdowns. This is a challenge. Embrace the shake. The little micro movements in your legs. You got it. Don't quit. Don't give up. Sink low. Now hold your heels high. Stay right here. Just hold. 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 You're strong. You're strengthening your backside, those big muscles. Breathe. Hold. Sink lower. Alternate those heel touchdowns. Again. Plant your heels. Time to explode to that 5-pointed star. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Breathe. Look up. Oh, wiggle your hips. Finish. Hands to prayer center. Left foot meets right or right foot meets left. Try to do it in one fluid movement. All right, once you're there, let's hinge forward. Hands toward the earth. Crown of the head toward the earth. Little bend in your knees. Look back toward your knees. Decompress your spine. Hey, let's do ragdoll again. Toe heel your feet, hip width distance apart. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Little bend in your knees. Try it. It's not a weakness. You are trying different variations. Let your elbow reach toward the knee, then the opposite elbow toward the opposite knee. Don't forget, look back, back, back to your navel. Finish up, hands to with arms at the midline of your body. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward. Let's take a chaturanga dandasana. Come into a high plank or your variation, maybe on your knees. Inhale, lengthen through your high plank. Exhale, elbows hugged in, low plank. Tops of your feet are on your mat. Come to an upward facing dog. Chest is shining forward. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high. All right, is there a block nearby that you can grab? Bring it on up to the top of your mat. Slide it on up in your downward facing dog. Let's kick our right leg high. Exhale, sweep it through. We're going to come into half pigeon, Ekapada Rajakapatasana. Right knee behind the right wrist. Left leg long and straight on your mat. Top of the left foot on your mat. Work your right shin, maybe a little more parallel to the top of the mat. If you don't like it, don't do it. All right, take your block, slip it under your right glutes. This will help ensure that your hips are equidistant to your mat. You can stay here on your hands. Lengthen up. Oh, you really feel it in those right glutes. Come on down, maybe to your forearms. Maybe place your hands or your head on your hands. Soften in your shoulders. Soften in your hips. We hold tension in our hips. Let the tension go. No pressure here. Let it go. Soften. Okay, in today's practice, we don't stay here very long, but in our Thursday and Sunday practice, we can hold this pose anywhere up to 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, you talk about a wonderful sensation when you're done. It's really good. All right, let's press out of it now. Hands, arms, straighten. Remove the block. Take it to the other side. Tuck your back left toes. Send your right leg high and shake it out in your three-legged down dog. Oh, that hip mobility that you are finding is awesome. All right, same thing, other side. Feet are down. Arms press into the earth. Tailbone high, neck is loose. Exhale, left leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through, bringing the left knee behind the left wrist. Right leg long and straight. Send it super long and straight. Bring your right shin a wee bit more to the top of your mat if you can. Block under your left glutes. Keeps you honest. Press into the earth. Maybe you stay right here. Think of loosening in the hips. Oh, think of just escaping from the pressure and the tension we hold in our hips. Slip on down to your forearms. Maybe hands are stacked and your forehead comes to rest. Soften in your shoulders. Send that right leg a little bit longer, nice and straight. Settle into your hips. Both hips, think of them melting into the earth. It's an intense pose. Oh my goodness. But how wonderful to alleviate the tension and the stress we hold in our hips. Try to soften in your glutes too. Don't be squeezing your cheeks. Relax, let it go. All right, time to come out. Now you want to stay longer, right? All right, so check us out on Thursday and Sunday. We'll do that, just that. All right, press on up into straight hands. Remove your block. Press into your hands. Tuck your back right toes. Send your left leg back to meet your right and shake it out in a three-legged down dog. When you're done, both feet meet on the mat. Take the dog for a little bit of a walk by pedaling the heels. And again, shaking your neck. Don't quit, don't give up. Still your heels, hinge forward to a high plank. Oh no, not another chaturanga. No, we're not. Come on down. Come all the way down to your belly. Hands underneath your collarbones. Zip up your legs. Let's do cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Legs are zipped up. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Elbows are hugged in by your sides. Hands are spread wide under your collarbones. Let your head rest on your mat. Big exhale. And when you're ready to inhale, lift in the chest. Gaze down your nose. Feel the compression in your low back. Push the tops of your feet into your mat. Little weight in your hands or your fingertips or no weight at all. Squeeze your shoulders towards your spine. Squeeze your elbows towards your feet. Gaze down your nose. Finish. Hands come down. Arms go down by your sides. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat. Soften in your shoulders. Reach your fingers towards your feet. Turn your head a little bit more, maybe. Bringing your ear to the mat. Breathe. All right. Next pose. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Bring your chin back to the center of your mat. Bend your knees. And maybe kick yourself in the bottom here. And if you can, maybe reach. Arms long, reach for the outsides of your heels. Can't quite reach them, just keep kicking yourself in the bottom. When you're ready, wiggle your knees back to the midline of your body because they will have splayed apart. Hug your heels towards your bottom. Your gaze is on your mat, don't turn your neck. Kick into your feet. Just kick into your feet. Ooh, feel your quadriceps. Wake up. Maybe lift your chest up. Maybe kick a little harder, gaze down your nose, maybe thighs lift off the earth. Breathe. Finish. Come on down. Everything releases and you turn your head so you're on your right cheek or your right ear this time. Soften in your glutes. Fingers reach away from the ears. Breathe, floor bow. All right. Camel pose. Chin back to the center. Hands back underneath your collarbones. Press into your hands for seal pose. Loosen in your glutes. Let's come on up. Bring your knees under your hips, shoulders over your hips, block between your heels, and let's take a camel pose. Now you can go as far as you want. This isn't for everybody. Not one of my favorites, because I feel loopy afterwards, and most people do. But here's how you start. Hands to your low back. Press your fingers towards the bottom. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Look forward. Maybe stay right here. Push your hips forward. Maybe look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Push your hips forward. Maybe look up directly overhead. You're kind of squeezing into that block. Maybe lean back to the point where you can see where the back wall and ceiling meet. Maybe reach for your heels, keeping your chest lifted, look back. Finish up, hands back to your low back, shoulders over your hips. Remove the block and have a seat on your heels. This is called a thunderbolt pose. Bring your hands to prayer center. Remember our mantra? Let's go back to it. Big breath in. Big breath out. All right, send your legs long onto your mat. Reach your arms high to the sky. Exhale, reach forward. Reach for your calves, your shins, your toes, whatever you can reach. Then take your gaze to your knees. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. Let's come on down to our backs. Grab your eye shade and your towel. Bring it up by your shoulders. Come on down. Take it slowly. You're in control. Come on, all the way down. Bridge pose. Soles of your feet on your mat. Heels by your bottom. Arms by your sides. Push the weight into your feet. Lift your hips up, up, up. Breathe. Lower your spine down one vertebra at a time. Left leg goes long. Right knee bends. Interlace your fingers beneath your right knee or use your towel to hug your knee in. You can stay right here. Nothing wrong with this. Circle your ankle in both directions. Left leg is long. Left calf is down. Draw your toes of your left foot towards your left shin. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of your body. Keep your right shoulder down. Tee it out in your supine twist. Right hip comes down. Hug the knee in. Circle the ankle a couple times again, and then send your right leg long. Right leg is long and straight on the mat. Draw the heel toward the bottom of the mat. Left leg bends. Interlaced fingers or towel underneath the left knee. Hug it in, squeeze it in. Ankle circles both directions. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of your body. Roll onto your right hip. Left shoulder, keep it down. Tee out your left arm and gaze to the left. Left hip comes down, your gaze goes back up. Hug the knee in again and circle the ankles a few more times. Left leg goes long on your mat. When you're ready, draw both knees in, up towards your bottom. Hug the left knee into the left armpit. Right knee in toward the right armpit. And rock a little bit from side to side. Capture the insides of your calves or capture the insides of your heels and hold on here. Happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. Send one leg high to the sky, then bend that knee while sending the other leg high to the sky. There is your happy baby pose. More mobility in your hips. Release your hands, knees meet at the midline, legs come down to your mat, legs go long. Final Shavasana time. Hooray, hooray. Arms down by your sides, shoulders relaxed into the mat. Wiggle them a little bit to tuck them under. Legs are spread a little bit, heels toward the edges of your mat. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your little towel. And be at peace. Maybe you have other little rituals at this end of the practice because it is your sacred space. Maybe you put a towel under your neck. I know my brother likes to do that, and that's good. You got to make it work for you. Eyes are closed. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Just imagine your whole body being soft. Let your pinky toes fall toward the mat. Let everything go. And that mantra, I am strong, I can do it, I did it. Repeat it to yourself, a positive affirmation, because you are good. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften between your eyebrows and be at peace. Deepen your breath. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay longer if you like. Maybe you've got your mute button right close to your shoulders. Just mute me, turn me off, and you enjoy your yoga your way. It's time to conclude your hour. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Just appreciate them, the toes, especially for the balance they bring you. Tomorrow we'll do a nice long toes pose to strengthen the feet and the ankles. Start to move your wrists and your ankles in all kinds of different ways. Lift your arms high on up. Take a big good morning stretch. Point your toes, reach through your fingers, and just let it be. Let it be. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Eyes are closed. Top shoulder is soft. Savor these few seconds with a deep breath in and a deep, slow, peaceful breath out. As you're ready, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position, whatever speaks to you, whatever's comfortable to you. Hands to prayer center in gratitude and thanks and compassion for yourself. Soften your shoulders, palms are touched, and just feel the warmth in your body. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, soften up in the shoulders and just settle in because you are strong, you have good balance, and you are enough just the way you are. Gently blink your eyes open. Ta-da, you did it. You did it. Okay, in the beginning we took that body inventory or stress number or whatever you want to call it. Think back to what it was and think of what it is now. You do feel better in your body, don't you? So embrace the fluidity of life and just go with the flow and be kind to you. And remember these things, focus on these things, the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. See you on your mats tomorrow for another yoga practice. Don't give up. Don't quit. You're strong. Stay that way. Bye, guys. Hey, you. Where's Bonnie? She's passed out. Good girl. I admire you. I admire you for sticking around. I thank you for sticking around. And I admire what you're doing each and every single day to make yourself better. Every day, you're doing your yoga, and every day, you're getting better and better. You're reaching your goals of being more fit, more strong, and just feeling better in your body. And that's a good thing. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about the yoga, and tell your friends how this yoga is helping you. Your friends can join us. Our yoga is free. It's free for anybody and everybody. But if you'd like to support our broadcast, you can go to our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stick with it, do your yoga, and spread the good word. See you tomorrow on your mats.